Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon Podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon Podcast. My guest today, Alexander Guseff, CEO of Tectum. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for hosting me, Rocco. Great meeting you. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you, sir. Very interesting just speaking previously with you about your history from Russia to the United States and then UAE, how basically you find your way into blockchain. And you said when you recognized that blockchain isn't a product, right? So for me as well, it's not a thing, and people view it as a nice to have. And it's a nice to have until it becomes necessity, because we can't trust the decentralized platforms to basically with our information. Was it the same for you?
Yes and no. It took me a long time to fully understand what blockchain is. You see, by design, I am an engineer, and that basically means that I think and I construct things in my head in lines, not in digits. While blockchain is a purely digital product. What I have discovered with the time, it took me about 3 to 4 years to understand what blockchain is and what blockchain is for, and dissect and isolate the key properties and the key functions of a blockchain, basically a mission of blockchain, what blockchain is for.
Yes.
I realized that blockchain is an excellent tool, but it in the current form, in its legacy form, and I'm talking about legacy blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And again, as an engineer, I developed my own paradigm of what these things are, what these systems are, and how they function. I realized that the time is gonna come when a new solution will have to be found, because as complexity increased, Bitcoin will and is more becoming store of value rather than unit of account, rather than a method of payment, because complexity increases, price of a transaction costs increase, network slows down, therefore it becomes less and less worthwhile, less convenient to spend smaller amounts. I don't see myself buying a $1 cup of coffee with a Bitcoin right now. Using Bitcoin network and pay $30 commission and wait for 10 minutes to make a payment. So while I was investigating on all this with my team,
yes,
new systems came to life, such as Lightning Network, and I started studying Lightning Network, and I realized that Lightning Network repeats the definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing, expecting different result. Lightning Network is trying to create solution for Bitcoin problems, trying to create level 2 solution using level 1 technology. You cannot do that. So the solution needs to have a new technology. That's how a new consensus mechanism was born.
Okay.
We realized that block structure needs to be it basically needs to be disassembled instead of piling up transactions and then rewarding one winner, one miner with those stack of transactions leads to a long wait.
Yes.
Now Me who submitted my transaction must have to wait for 10 minutes because somebody 20 years ago decided that some miner must be rewarded
Yes.
with my fees,
Yes.
and miner gets rewarded only after he or she win
The block.
the next. Then they unlock the next combination,
Yes.
win the next block. So that's the downfall we discovered. My team discovered. We successfully solved that. By the time we solved most of the problems, Solana showed up on the market, and we
Okay.
realized that Solana is doing what we were trying to do, and
Wow.
and eventually we ended up in a very vicious rat race when everything boiled down to the who is faster.
Yes, because it's funny that you mention it, because it sounds to me like sort of in blockchain we have the saying, you're always behind the 8 ball. You're always sort of just behind and chasing because you think, oh, I've got something now, and then the next moment, oh, these people are already doing it. What now?
Exactly. You're always behind enough to stay alive.
Yes.
Yes. Like before Big Short.
Yes.
Because I was in financial world, commercial construction is
2008, right?
Yeah, 2008. Prior to 2008, in America there was a saying that you don't have to run faster than the train. You just have to run a little bit ahead of the train. And that's
changed.
That's changed to absolutely different saying. Now they say that you don't have to run faster than a bear. All you have to do is run faster than another hunter.
Because I heard Jensen speak the other day, and he reckons that NVIDIA is moving faster than Moore's law. If that is true, that is incredible. I haven't seen proof myself, but it shows you at the rapid pace that we are moving. So let's pick up the story from where I interrupted you at Solana. Okay, so now you're saying, okay, these guys are doing what we are doing. So where did you go from there?
Well, we realized that we became basically a hostage of our own situation. We set a wrong goal in front of us. Yes, we're faster than Solana, but what does it do? As soon as we realized that we're the fastest, they came up with sharding. and then eventually I found myself sitting with my guys, and we were sitting and reading this article from a San Diego team which claimed 50 million transactions per second, and we just barely crossed 1 million transactions per second in the lab conditions. At that time, it was 2019-21, and we realized that you cannot win that race.
Okay.
You can't win that race.
Yes.
You cannot win that race. It's impossible. You cannot do it. There is always going to be better guy. There is always going to be faster guy. There is always going to be smarter guy. There is always going to be more capitalized guy. And there's always going to be better marketing team, which will get somebody who is not necessarily better than you, but way ahead of you, just because they have better marketing strategy.
So this was 2019, 2020.
21. It was 2021. It was end of 21 when we had a complete crisis. We had a complete
bear market.
Our world, our internal world, was broken down. We realized that, oh my God, we're going in the wrong direction.
So as a founder, sorry, how does that feel, that realization of, oh shit, I have to pivot now, and sort of what is the next step?
Oh, very easy. I like what Dana White said about it. He said, "I love when somebody says to me I cannot do it. You know, it just
Yes.
motivates me. It
Oh,
just
I love it.
it
Fighting
boils my
spirit.
blood when somebody
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, yeah.
when somebody tells me I cannot do it. It's just that's all I wanted to hear. You know, just tell me I cannot do it. You want to get it you
Yes.
want it done. Tell me I cannot do it, and
Love it.
that's how SoftNote was born.
Yeah. Okay. So
That
what did you realize? What was your okay? Let's talk about SoftNote. What was it that you focused on then, and sort of yeah, what was it that you focused on?
Oh, we stopped fighting.
Mm. Mm.
You see, they until 2021, all our focus and all our efforts and all our resources went into making transaction me from sending wallet A, my wallet A to your wallet B faster and cheaper.
Mm.
We accomplished that.
Yes.
We can do it faster and cheaper than anybody else.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
But once we accomplished that, we realized that nobody cares.
Mm.
This world does not need million transactions per second.
Yeah. What does it need? What does it need?
It needs efficient level 2 real-time solution, which is decentralized enough to provide what Bitcoin provides, which is protection from double spending, A, transparency, B,
yes,
redundancy, C, anonymity, D. Four things. Nobody needs fifth. There is no need for the fifth.
Okay.
And that's how SoftNote was born. Instead of standing, and we still did it on our blockchain. We have not abandoned our original efforts. We have not abandoned our original idea. We still built it on Tectum.
Yes.
And now we can do it with a velocity of 3.5 million transactions per second. But now, instead of sending funds from wallet A to wallet B, I am transferring the ownership of wallet A from me to you. Now I don't need Bitcoin blockchain. I don't need Bitcoin technology to transfer. I just need Bitcoin technology to keep wallet protected. But isn't it what it's for? What was all for about?
Yes.
You see, Bitcoin never claimed, and Bitcoin never promised fast. Bitcoin never promised anything cheap. Bitcoin promised anonymity, security, transparency, and what was the fourth one? I forgot. And the whatever it is.
Okay.
and we kept that. That we transferred that premises, that it's all in place. We just added speed, and we added anonymity. Well, actually, in fact, since I mentioned that, SoftNote is more anonymous than Bitcoin, because now there is no wallet B. I'm transferring the ownership. Yeah. You see, the thing, the problem about blockchains is in general, and Tectum also, it's the nature of the blockchain, is that it's all about private key and a public key. Well, that's the nature of the wallet. There is no such a thing as wallet. As an engineer, I'm telling you, there is no such a thing as Bitcoin wallet.
I think a wallet is a marketing term that they spun up, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Because you see, in 2008, in order to migrate the mentality of account-based system into the token-based system, they had no choice. They had to use conventional technology. So they could not use term account because that would really make it look like a bank. So they use term wallet. But in reality, there is a ledger, and there is a private key, and there is a public key. That's it.
That's it.
And the problem of blockchains is that private key cannot be changed. So therefore, naturally, if I want to save money and time, I cannot do such a thing as, hey, Rocco, here is a private key from my wallet. There is $1 million in there. Enjoy it. Now, two of us have access to that wallet.
Yes.
And taking into consideration that this whole Web3 environment is all about trustless conditions to interact. Basically, there is no way for you to prove that it's not me stole that $1 million.
Yes.
And there is no way for me to prove that you took that $1 million from that wallet. So therefore, the way had to be found to change that private key. Well, you cannot change private key without transferring the funds.
Yes.
And so what we did, we put a second layer on top of Bitcoin wallet, which we call a passcode. We turned every wallet, we wrote a program which mints those wallets by millions and turns every one of these wallets into a web page.
Interesting.
Every wallet is an individual web page. And now we have a system which mints Bitcoin wallets by millions, gives anybody opportunity to fill those wallets. And as soon as you fill that wallet with Bitcoin,
yes,
you're gonna have to pay commission, but it's gonna happen only once. Okay. And you fill that wallet with Bitcoin, and now you can use it and transfer it because now it's protected by the password, which changes every time.
Yes, I'm with you. Let's talk about the spending part, because there's not a lot that you can spend your crypto on. I mean, you can, but like you said, it's in the real world, you're going to wait, and there's fees, and there's not a lot of places that accept it. I mean, it's slowly coming. It's better than what it was, but what needs to happen in the real world for it to become more of a currency than a store of value, as you say?
More of a currency rather than a store of value. It needs to be balanced out. It needs to be balanced out with other cryptocurrencies. We have a product. I'm probably going a little bit too far, but it's all about capital circumvention, because we're talking about. You see, we're talking about two worlds.
Yes.
Yeah, two systems.
Yes, that's what I want to get into.
One thing we need to understand, that one of the reasons why crypto is not being mass adopted in the countries is not because Bitcoin is slow and expensive. It's because of capital circumvention. As a government, I must provide you, my citizens, with good roads, with security, with good healthcare, with good intelligence, with good technologies, with good schools and educations, and all the systems which make my nation whole.
Or built on fear.
Otherwise, well, I cannot do that if you just move money in and out of the country for free without my control. Because as soon as I allow you to do that, you stop paying taxes. As soon as you stop paying taxes, my budget is dry. As soon as my budget is dry, I have no money to build roads for you. I have no money to protect your wives and your children on the street. As soon as that happens, people start protecting themselves. They start hating government. People rise. Now we have a civil war.
Yeah.
And so blaming big guys for hating, or governments don't experience emotions, obviously, but I'm just like in the lame terms explaining for rejecting crypto in general is not because decentralization or transparency. This is all gonna. All these problems can be technologically solved. This is the capital circumvention opportunities, which open up, and they open up road to crimes and to not tax evasions and all this kind of stuff, which countries cannot live without. Country cannot exist without taxes. Taxes must be paid.
Yes,
we must pay
yes.
taxes to exist, for our country to exist. Our country is protecting us.
Yes. So as much as we are talking about crypto adoption, realistically, before you can't, how can I put this? Yeah, you can't blend those two systems together. And before you don't replace one system with another system, how can you rapidly adopt crypto?
There's got to be a system. There's got to be a system in place which will marry crypto and fiat.
I wonder if the Republicans are thinking about that. So thank you so much for joining me today. Before I let you go, I see some writings there on the back wall. Maybe it's reflecting against the mirror. Is that any secret codes there that we need to blur out?
No. This is a glass, and this is my low end guy, Delphi guy, sitting behind the glass, and this is a DEX liquidity pool math. We just like to write it because it's easy to wipe it off.
Yes,
it's when we run out of space on the whiteboard.
That's awesome. It's like a view into that movie, A Beautiful Mind, where Russell Crowe just writes on the whiteboard. That's what it looks like to me. Alexander, thank you so much for joining me today. If the listeners want to go and connect with you and Tectum,
pleasure meeting you.
If the listeners want to go and connect with you and Tectum, where can they do that?
At AVGUSEFF on my Telegram.
Okay.
Same as Twitter.
Okay.
Same as Instagram, and AVGUSEFF at softnote.com is my corporate email.
And we'll put all the links in the comments, and we'll tag you all over in the socials. Thank you so much for joining me. And to all listeners, peace, love, and prosperity. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Whispers fade, I hear my heart, a guiding beat to tear apart. The chains that held me, pulled me down. Now I rise, I wear the crown. Run faster than fear. The exit's close, I know it's near. Through the dark, I like a blaze. This is my time, I'll escape the maze, the maze. Breaking free into the night. The maze is gone, the past erased. I'm finally free, my life embraced. Run faster than fear. The exit's close, I know it's near. Through the dark, I like to blaze. This is my time, I'll escape the maze. The maze.